They will investigate everything that connects to it. That's on a tactical level. On the strategic level, it's the narrative. It's what the Prime Minister, members of governments, and others are going to be saying about it. And I think they are a little bit more concerned than usual because they know what the jihadist threat is, and they have constructed a narrative. Now, what is it that they're going to say about this? They don't want to go too far because this would push more people to do the same, more frustrated people to do the same. And they want to define it as it is because now, let's put it that way, this is a response to previous attacks.
Yeah.
They need to explain to the British public that this should not be, that citizens should not be taking justice in their own hands or having an ideology that would be comparable to any extremist ideology. It is very important for them to act now.
I want to get your reaction as well as Mike Baker on this other story where a U.S. Navy fighter jet shot down a Syrian warplane after it attacked American-backed fighters near Raqqa. Russia's defense ministry reportedly saying that they will treat the U.S.-led coalition planes in Syria as targets after this incident. Walid, what's your reaction?
I have been developing over the past few weeks, the statement, the analysis that we are heading in Syria to a very dangerous situation. This is probably the most dangerous spot on in the planet right now, eastern Syria, because we are helping local allies on the ground to take Raqqa. We are helping other allies in the south on the Jordanian, Iraqi, Syrian border to also go against ISIS and create that zone, a free zone, a safe zone. What the Iranians and Hezbollah and Assad are trying to do is to stop us from doing it. So they are sending their militia there, and the regime is flying those planes. So we did warn them twice and 3 times now. But now that Russia is going to say, well, we're going to treat you as enemies, this is a serious escalation.
Mike Baker, what's your take on this?
Yeah, this is a really important story to watch, and I agree completely with Walid that this is a critical hotspot right now. The Russians are not going to give up their position in Syria. It's not going to happen. And this idea that somehow our interests intersect in Syria, us and the Russians, in terms of fighting ISIS, is naive in a sense. Russia has completely different motivations and an agenda for being there. And I think they've made it clear. Sergei Lavrov, their foreign minister's comments about this, he's putting down a marker saying that the U.S. needs to respect Syria's territorial integrity. This is taking it one step further, saying they're going to look at our aircraft as targets.
You know what, though, Mike?
Critical spot.
We needed to do this, right? I mean, our jet was attacked and shot down another jet, right? So you can't...
Oh, we have to stand firm.
Right.
We have to be very firm with the Russians at this point.
I think this underscores the fact that we have so much tension and conflict globally that at home we need to underscore the fact that we need unity. We need to be together, not fight against each other here at home, because there's plenty of places globally that people want to attack.
Yeah, but look how Russia is reacting.
But I think we have to, so we didn't want this conflict, but it's been brought to us now, and I think the President and the United States has to stand their ground here.
Yeah, and let's not forget, Russia inserted themselves into this conflict, ladies.
I mean, that's right. And I think that when we're looking at all of this right now, you're going to see voters globally are going to start to get more and more nervous. And what does this mean for the average person? Do people feel safe? What's this going to mean for our world leaders? They're really going to need to step up and unify us and make sure that we feel confident, because if we lose confidence, then there's a whole other set of implications.
But the language coming out of the Russians, Walid, just feels like saying that we're going to look at these planes as a target. They're basically putting us on notice.
Look, they are crossing a red line themselves, because we unofficially, we told them, look, you are in Western Syria. You have that base, you are on the coast, you are protecting Assad regime. You know, we have made a lot of concessions, but we are operating against ISIS in eastern Syria. You have no business in eastern Syria. That should be the response of the U.S., in my view.
We will leave it there. Walid, we'll watch the developments. Thanks so much for weighing in this morning. Walid Phares joining us there.